Pepper's 1 week pregnant. At this point she can still play normally. She still looks pretty normally. We'll show you her belly here in a minute. But all good. Pepper just loving life. You good, Peppy? Okay, 1 week pregnant Pepper. There's Belle. What do you think, Peppy? How you doing? Yeah, go get him. Let's roll over. Let's show him how your belly looks. Okay, okay, come on, Pepper. Come on, take a ball, come on. There we go. Okay, so you can see not dirty because we're laying down in the field right now, but a little pink, but not really any belly development. Haven't lost any hair yet. This is Pepper's second pregnancy. She's 3 years old and she's doing great. Loving that ball. Good girl, Peppy. Okay, here's Pepper, 1 week pregnant. Trying to get her stand up so we can see the side, but she just wants to play ball right now. Okay, let's see Peppy. There she is. 1 week pregnant Pepper. There we go. Say hi, Pep. Hey, everybody. Yeah, okay. Pepper. Whoop. What you doing? You want to lay down? Okay, we just want to play with our ball. All right, so Pepper is now 2 weeks pregnant. Not a whole lot of change in the belly yet. Still not real saggy. Still playing ball a little bit. Just playing outside. Not quite as much as we would usually do. Starting to break it down just a little bit, but still want to make sure we get lots of good exercise. Huh, Peppy? But we just do shorter throws now. And, yeah, here she comes. How's it going, Pep? How's it going, Pepper? Peppy. Okay, all right. Ready? Okay. Good girl. Short little throws for Pepper. Come on, Pep. There she is. There's a good Pepper. Yeah. And we let her take breaks. Lots and lots of breaks. As many as she wants. So, she's 2 weeks pregnant. Again, we'll look at her belly here in just a second. So you want things to pretty much stay the same for your golden at this point in her pregnancy. You don't want there to be a lot of change in her routine, in her diet, and her schedule. You don't want her to get stressed out or anything like that. You know, days 15 to 39 are when she's looking to, her body will be resorbing puppies. If she's gonna resorb them, this is the window, you know, that starts now that it can happen. So that's why you want to make sure that as much as possible, things in her life stay pretty much the same. The only thing that will really kind of start to adjust is just a little bit less exercise. It won't be as strenuous. We won't throw the ball as many times, but still want to make sure that we get her good exercise to keep that muscle tone and keep her in shape for later in the pregnancy, and then obviously as we get to the delivery time. So we still exercise, just not as many ball throws, and definitely not as far as we throw the ball for Belle over there. We just give Pepper some good exercise, just not as strenuous now that we've entered the resorption phase of her pregnancy. All right, here's the top view. So you can kind of see a little bit of losing her lady waist right there, huh? Get you with the, yeah, just a little bit less, huh, Peppy? A little less. Show everybody with the chuck it. It's easy to point on you. Yeah, good girl, yeah, love that ball. All right, so Pepper's gonna let us take a look at her belly here. Let's see, Pep, let's see your belly. The ground's still a little wet, but you can see, so nipples are starting to perk up even a little bit more than they were just last week. We've got, it looks like a little bit of discharge back there. That's normal at this point. Let's see if we can get some of these ones up here. These ones that are in more her. What are you talking about, Belle? Oh, you want to play ball? Belle says she shouldn't have to take a break from this. Okay, all right, hang on. Stay there, Pepper. Hang on. There you go. Hold on, Pepper. We weren't done looking. Come on, roll over, Pepper. Good girl. Okay. All right. So back to Pepper here for a minute, so we can see some of the ones up in her hairy area where the hair hasn't fallen off. These ones are starting to definitely, you know, perk up some more. This is Pepper's second pregnancy, so her back ones had already perked up last week. So that's what Belly looks like this week. Really not still a whole lot of change, but definitely getting closer. Just a few more weeks till our ultrasound to confirm if we've got some little pepper jacks in there, and we'll keep you posted. Hi, Pep. Say bye, Pep. Say bye, Pep. Hi, Pep. Say bye, everybody. Say bye, Pepper. Good girl, Peppy. Pepper is now 3 weeks pregnant, and her favorite spot is on the bed. Yeah, princess. Okay. How you feeling, Pep? Good? Show everybody your belly. Okay. Starting to take more naps. The puppies' placentas are now developing. Their internal organs this week will be growing very rapidly. The fetuses themselves won't grow quite as quickly, but the organs are developing. Their spinal column will start developing this week. A lot of changes, a lot of growth and development with the pups as the fetuses are nesting now in Pepper's uterus and developing. And we'll roll her over here, see what her belly looks like. Oh, come on, roll over. Let's roll over. Let's roll over. Okay. Okay, come on. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, Peppy. Come on, Pep. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Okay. Good girl, Pep. So you can see a little more memory development, even from week 2 here. Starting to get a little bigger. Still don't have the hair loss down here. Belle is cleaning herself over there. Belle! Still not the hair loss, but starting to get a little bit of pouchy down here. But overall, still looking pretty much the same. Not a whole lot of weight gain, not a whole lot of changes. Some dogs will go through a period of morning sickness or not wanting to eat. They might have a little bit of clear discharge at this point, and that's all okay and normal. Your dog's gums may also get a little bit pale around the 20th day after she is bred. I didn't think to check Pepper's to show everyone on the 20th day, but yeah, we will be confirming her pregnancy with an ultrasound next week, so that is okay that we missed the gums, huh, Peppy? Yeah. But still doing some exercise. We'll show you that here in just a minute when we get up and get going here, huh, Pep? She's not quite ready to get up yet. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Yeah, good Pep. Okay. So she still wants to play ball though. While we want to get her some good exercise, we don't want it to be overly exerting exercise or too rough and tumble or anything, and because sometimes they have a tendency to trip or stumble or whatever when we play ball in the field, we limit her. So she wants to throw the ball again, but we're gonna let her just chill out while she loves to chew on her ball. She'll lay here for 10-15 minutes, just chew on her ball and wag her tail. So we let her do that while we play ball with Belle, and then we take her on a nice walk, and that's how she's getting most of her exercise now that she's 3 weeks pregnant. And we're off to walk. So she's still getting good exercise, but not that intense exercise or potential for rolling over while chasing the ball or overexerting herself. I can monitor how fast we go, how slow we go, how many breaks we take, and yeah, still gets her some good exercise, but not that heavy exertion of playing ball. All right, let's go, guys. I Pepper. Pepper. All right, this is a big week for Pepper. This is her 4th week of pregnancy, and this is just a very exciting time for the puppies. All of their major organs are going to be finishing developing this week. They're gonna have sensory hairs coming in on their chins and eyebrows and noses, their noses, ribs, legs. Those are gonna all ossificate this week, and their toes and fingers start to grow, and it's just a huge developing week for the puppies themselves. And because of that, you want to be sure that your girl is calm this week and next week, but this 4th week of pregnancy especially, you really want to limit the rough play, no strenuous exercise if you can help it. She might start to get a little bit hungrier. You can increase her food slightly by the end of this week, early next week. That's when you definitely want to increase a bit, between 10 and 20% of her intake, depending on how many pups you're expecting. And this is the week also that is a great time to go ahead and do an ultrasound, huh, Peppy? The ultrasound gives us some really good information. It's not necessarily to count how many puppies are coming, though some vets are pretty good and pretty accurate with the count. It's more so to confirm your dog's pregnancy and to see if there's anything going wrong, if you have any reabsorptions, and to make sure that those reabsorptions are not affecting any other puppies. Remember, they can reabsorb up to 39 days of pregnancy. After that, it would be puppies would be aborted if or stillborn. They wouldn't be reabsorbed after 39 days. But another great thing that ultrasound can help with is if you were to have a singleton puppy, because some things need to be done differently if you've got a singleton on the way. But so a very, very exciting week. It's the week we confirm pregnancy by ultrasound, and the most formative week for the puppies themselves. We will get Pepper to roll over here and give us a glimpse of her belly. This is her other favorite spot, on the couch in the living room, huh, Pep? Okay, can we see your belly? Can we see your belly, Pepper? Can we see your belly? Oh yeah, yeah, hi, thank you. Thank you. Can we see your belly? Can we see your belly? Come on. Oh, no, not that way. Not that way. Yeah, roll over. Roll over. Come on, Pep. Oh, you think we're gonna play? We're not gonna play. I want to show them your belly. I want to show them your belly, okay? Can we show belly? All right, hang on a minute. Still not gonna play. We're gonna show belly. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see this belly, Pepper. Let's see this belly, Pepper. See what a 4-week pregnant belly looks like. So again, still not a lot of hair loss. A little bit more pouchy than last week, but I think last week was our most significant week-to-week change in the pouchiness back here. It's not much more pouchy than last week, but her teats a little further up are definitely getting, let me see if I can find another one, definitely starting to get bigger than they were. Not a lot, but if you track it week by week, you can definitely see a difference. If you're trying to check day to day, then it's a lot harder to notice, but week by week, you can definitely start to see the difference there. And again, yeah, not a whole lot of pouchiness back here still, but definitely coming along. Thank you, Pepper. Say we'll see you next week. Actually, we'll see you at her ultrasound. Her next video, we will post her ultrasound so y'all can see what that looks like with Pepper. Good girl. Good night, baby. Cute. It is week 5 for Miss Pepper. I'm talking about you. Yeah, hey sweet baby, how you doing? Yeah, okay. Okay, how's you doing? Good girl. Yes, this week, up to this point, the puppy embryos, puppy fetuses have been growing pretty slowly as everything internally has been developing, but in week 5, that's when things really start to change. Now the puppies start growing rapidly. Hey, what you doing? And by the end of this week, they'll be 30% of their size at birth, and the hair is starting to grow on their little heads. Hey, pumpkin. And they're starting to look, hey, we're gonna look at your belly. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Here, puppy, come on. Come on, lay down. Okay. So we had to go check out what everybody started barking at. So now we'll try to show you her mammary development here in week 5. Okay, come on, Peppy. Yeah, good girl. Good job. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's leg. Yeah, okay. All right, so here we go. You can definitely see we're starting to develop for sure in the mammary glands, and definitely starting to thin out the hair down there. Not quite as much hair thinning up here, but if you've watched our previous videos, you can see that they're definitely growing. So yeah, and if you missed it, go check out our ultrasound video from last week. You can see the puppy's growing. You can see that her belly too is definitely increasing in size. Huh, Pepper? Yeah. So we'll take her outside, show you a little bit of 5 weeks exercise routine, and then be back for more next week. Okay, say bye, Pep. Good girl. Okay. So at this point, Pepper, her exercise, she comes down when we play ball, and she gets to lay and play with her ball, and then we walk, and she gets to walk at her own pace. And she'll catch up with us, and then she'll go past us. Hey, Belle Belle. So when she's ready, she'll come on. You coming, Pep? You coming with us, Pep? She'll come, and then she'll lay down, and then she'll catch up with us again when she's ready. And this is how we get Pepper some exercise at this point. Not too much, at her own pace, but get her outside. Still make sure she gets some good exercise. You coming, Pep? There's Belle's back there too now. You coming? Come on, let's go. Let's go, come on. Here she comes. Good girl. Yeah. Going for walks, Peppy? Okay. You can see her belly's definitely starting to get bigger now. Good girl, Pep. Okay. Pepper is in her favorite spot, or one of them at least, as we begin week 6, just chilling on the bed. Who's my good girl? Yeah, okay. Okay, Pepper. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. So this week, the puppies are continuing their period of rapid growth. They're gaining to about 30% or more now of the size they will be at birth, and they're starting to grow their fur now. So they're really starting to look like little puppies. You can't tell as much from this angle, but we'll show you when she's walking around outside. She is really starting to show the weight gain now. Next week is when, for the puppies, things will get a lot more interesting. This week is pretty much the same as week 5. The only maybe significant change for your girl is that you want to, as much as possible, really limit the strenuous exercise now, or any kind of jumping, roughhousing as much as possible. With some girls that's harder than with others, and because the puppies are continuing to grow quickly, your girl may be hungrier, so again, we can increase that food a little bit,
You want to be about 15 to 20% over her regular amount, and obviously always check in with your veterinarian about that. And if necessary, you may need to spread her meals out throughout the day in 3 to 5 different meals throughout the day rather than your normal feeding schedule if she seems uncomfortable or isn't able to eat as much all at once. Oh, sweet Pepper. Can we see your belly, baby girl? Can we take a look at your belly? Let's see Pepper's belly. Okay. Okay, let's see your belly. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy, Peppy. Look at this belly. Look at this belly. Yeah, definitely getting more and more mammary development. You can see it's starting to get a little bit of hair loss, but not yet. That'll pick up more next week in week 7 and then week 8 especially. But you can definitely see we are getting pinker and plumper and everything is looking good. All right, good girl, Pepper. Good girl, Peppy. Good girl, yeah. All right, should we go outside? Show everybody how we exercise? Okay. All right, we'll go outside. Okay. Good girl, Pep.
All right, week 6 exercising Pepper looks pretty much the same as week 5. You can see her belly is definitely starting to show, but just letting her walk at her own pace as we play ball with everybody else. Huh, Jack? There's Daddy. Oh yeah, you're worn out, huh? You're worn out from playing ball. But so Pep just comes along and walks at her own pace, chews on her ball, gets a good little walk in while we play ball and walk. There's Belle with everybody else. So come on, Peppy, let's go. She gets about a mile in this way every day, 3/4 of a mile to a mile every day. Beautiful sunset tonight. Come on, Peppy. All right, here they come. Come on, Jack. Here we go. All right. Good girl, Pep. Good girl. Good girl. Pepper. Okay. Say bye, guys. See you next week. Bye, Pep. There's Mommy and Daddy. Pepper and Jack. Hey, Jack. All right. Good boy, handsome. Yeah. All right. See you later. Really exciting week this week. Pepper is in week 7 of her pregnancy, and these puppies are just growing so fast now. By the end of this week, they will have reached 75% of their birth size. They will be covered in fur. It's a little harder to see on their feet, but by the end of this week, they're totally covered in fur. They look like puppies, and they're starting to move around. So this is the week 7, where you'll start to see movement in your girl's belly, in her abdomen, from the puppies. You can feel it, you can see it. They'll start kicking and moving around in there. And now some dogs it's a lot harder to see until week 8, but it is possible to start seeing and feeling that during this week 7. Now your girl will be probably more tired this week. She's going to start resting up as the puppies continue that rapid growth phase that they're in, and she's going to just be preparing for their arrival is coming closer every day. And another thing you'll notice is that her mammary glands will continue to develop even more, and she will, if she hasn't already, she'll start shedding the hair around her mammary glands as well. Let's see, what else this week? Oh, you're gonna wanna avoid feeding any extra calcium or vitamin D this week as well. And honestly, throughout the whole pregnancy, you know, hopefully what you wanna do is be feeding your dog a quality food throughout her pregnancy. And if you're feeding a premium dog food to your dog throughout her pregnancy, she should not need any supplements unless your vet were to suggest something. So try to stay away from the supplements. Just feed your girl a high quality food and give her some good exercise. But again, we're just continuing the kind of Pepper directed exercise. So let your girl kind of dictate her exercise at this point. Make sure she still gets some exercise as we've been doing the last few weeks, but nothing strenuous. Again, avoid jumping, avoid her bumping into things wherever possible, and enjoy the fact that
Puppies are coming soon. Okay, Pep, can we see what your belly looks like this week? Oh yeah, okay. Okay, let's see your belly, Pepper. Yeah. Okay. Okay, can I see your belly? Can I see your belly? Oh, okay. Well, your other leg is down here. Where'd this leg go? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so you can definitely see, wow, we are definitely growing and expanding with the mammaries. I bet that I could even express milk right now. I'm not going to, just because I don't want to make her upset. But there is significant, here, let us see, Peppy. Significant development. Pepper, her last pregnancy, she didn't lose a whole lot of hair around her mammaries the last time either, so this isn't too surprising for Pep. They won't always lose hair, but you can see, like, especially in the area just right directly around it is where, oh, there's something. They're definitely getting bigger, Pepper. Right around the hair is lost. Some dogs will lose a lot of hair, but it varies from girl to girl, so. Yeah, okay. All right, should we show them what we do for you for food now? Should we show them and then go for a walk? Yeah? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Oh, poor little Pepper. Yeah, oh. Oh. You like all this attention? Do you like the paparazzi? Okay. Precious baby. Yeah, good girl. Okay, let's show them how we eat lunch now, huh? This week you also want to increase your girls' food by about 50%. For us, the easiest way to do that is just by adding in a lunch for Pepper. So we generally feed 2 times a day, so it made it very easy to up her food 50% by just using her regular morning and evening food and then adding a lunch to it. And you can see her belly definitely hanging, starting to grow there. Is that a pretty good lunch, Pep? If she approves. Okay, Pepper, is that a pretty good lunch? Pretty good lunch? Good girl. Good girl. We go for a walk? Yeah. Okay. 7 weeks pregnant Pepper. We're going on a big walk today, but we're walking slow. We're taking lots of breaks. Just go at her pace. When she gets up here, I'll try to show you her belly. It's really growing now, Peppy, huh? Should we show them how we do the exercise? Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, Pep. Hold on, Pep. Come on, Pep. Come on, Pepper. Come on. Come on. Come on, Peppy. Here she comes. Come on, big girl. Let's see the belly. Come on. She's like stopping every shade. Come on. Let's go. There's the belly. There's that big belly. Hey, Belle. Okay. All right, Pep. So see you next week. All right. It is almost go time. We're 8 weeks along for Miss Pepper. Just 1 week to go if she makes it that long. So your girl will give birth. If you did progesterone testing, she will give birth. Well, even if you didn't do progesterone testing, she will give birth 63 days plus or minus a day from when she ovulated, or 65 days plus or minus a day from her LH surge. Now, if it's a large litter or a very small litter, that can throw those numbers off a bit, but as a general rule, that's what will happen. So you want them to stay in there as long as possible. Well, long as possible without going over. You don't want to overshoot the due date, but you don't want them to be too premature. You want to get to at least day 58 so that their lungs are developed and their sucking reflex is fully developed. That gives them their best chance at making it if they come early. You don't want them to come too early. You don't want them to come too late. You want them to come right when they should come, right at that 63 days from ovulation. plus or minus a day. So this week you can feel the babies kicking, you can see the babies kicking. One of Pepper's little guys, it's on her other side, right down in here. Every time I stick my hand there, he is kicking away at poor Peppy. And she is just sleeping, resting up for these guys. You want to make sure that you have everything prepared for your girl, everything prepared for your whelping area, everything prepared for yourself for when the time comes. Your gas fueled up with car in case you need to go anywhere. If there's an emergency situation, you have your reproductive vet or your regular veterinarian or your emergency veterinarian, or all three numbers ready to go. And you also want to start taking your dog's temperature this week. So twice a day, basically every 12 hours, you just do morning and night, you want to take her temperature. A dog's normal body temperature is between 101 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, where are you going, Pep? Got something to say? But about 12 to 24 hours before she's going to go into labor, that's going to drop down to about 98, 99 degrees. And again, that's not always hard and fast. I mean, that will happen, but sometimes it can go back up. Sometimes you can miss it. So just because your dog's temperature isn't 98 degrees doesn't mean that she's not about to give birth. You may have just missed the window where you could have seen it. Your girl will start nesting this week, so make sure you have her whelping box or whelping area ready to go. And we'll show you what her belly looks like this week, and then we'll show you all her stuff is all set up and ready for her. Okay, can we see your belly? Can we see your belly? Don't want me to see your belly. Come on. There we go. So these are ready for the babies. We've got lots of mammary action. They are so full, this does not do it justice, but I mean, she is full and ready for the baby. So we'll show you her area and we'll take her temperature so you can see how that goes too. Okay, this is Pepper's whelping box. It is ready to go. We don't have it too comfy, not padded, no heating pads in there yet or anything, because if she delivers in here, obviously we're gonna have a bit of a mess. So we just have towels ready to go, newspaper. Right next door we have our puppy warmer incubator. This is literally a lifesaver if you need it. We have an oxygenator over there. My favorite thing about this setup is that you've got this little guy that's shooting oxygen into your incubator, and if you've got a puppy that comes out gasping or is struggling to breathe, you can put this right over their little nose and mouth and get oxygen directly to them. It is amazing. So we've got that set up right next to her whelping box. We are also prepared if the night gets long. We've got the couch in the bedroom ready to go so we can hang out. Gate to put up for the other dogs. These are sides of the whelping box. It grows as the puppies get bigger if we need to, and then we also have little slats that will fill in here. You can see it's got grooves so we can just slide them in there as the puppies grow. My dad built this much cheaper than buying something online, and it fits our purposes really well. So we've got the TV set up ready to go, and then we have supplies over here. So this is a crate that some of our other guys sometimes will sleep in at night, our puppies, when we're training them. So what I've actually done is I took two of the panels that we'll use for the whelping box, just laid them on top of the crate, and that is where we put our whelping supplies. So we've got some Doc Rory's Healthy Bones for calcium. You can also give your girls Tums, vanilla ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, some good calcium once the puppies start coming. So once the puppies start coming, that's when the calcium comes into play. We usually do a little shot of oral cal in between each puppy. Again, once the puppies start coming, you want to wait to start doing that calcium. Once they start coming, we've got clamps and some blunt scissors here for their umbilical cords. So what we'll do is we'll tie them off with some floss. Definitely want some floss. We have alcohol prep pads to clean off our utensils in between puppies. And then what we will do is we'll take our cotton swabs, get some iodine, and we will iodine those umbilical cords. These are really nice if you can find any of these. They are iodined swabs, so they're just all ready to go in a package. You don't have to deal with the mess of the iodine swab. This is something new I just found this year. It is also for newborn animal umbilical cord care. So we're gonna give that a try this year. I'll take the top off, do a cotton swab in there. I'm only gonna try this on 1, maybe 2 puppies since we've never used it before, and just see how it works, but that might be a good option too. We also have some blood stop powder just in case that's needed. We've got over here, these are for if we have any puppies that are struggling, just a little tiny, I've had this literally for years, so that's why there's hardly any of it used. Just a tiny little bit of Caro syrup on the roof of their mouth can help get them going if they're struggling. The same thing for love our high-calorie nutritional gel from Tomlin. Nutridrops does about the same thing as like your nutritional gel and your Caro. I just have a variety of things. So the puppy's struggling, we can try different things if we need to. We've got gas relief in case your puppies get gas, just a tiny bit of that. This is gonna sound kind of crazy, but another great thing to have on hand if you have a struggling puppy and maybe you don't have any of this other stuff available, you can get just a little bit of your cake decorating gel and just put a tiny drop of this on the roof of their mouth, and that'll really sometimes get them going. If you've got a puppy that's dying, you know, you're not gonna hurt it more, most likely, so you want to do everything you can to get that puppy going. We have these are like a rough edged glove. They're soft, but they're like grippy, so if anybody gets stuck, we have to help anybody out, we can grab onto the puppy while still having our hands covered and have some grip on there, as opposed to like your nitrile gloves, there's no grip in these. But we'll use those as well as the day goes on. Purell for us for hand sanitizing as we go, Fortiflora for mom, and then obviously puppy identifiers. Sometimes we'll use a Sharpie to mark them at first, sometimes we have little doggy nail polish. We've got puppy collars, but we won't put them on them for the first couple of days. We've got the call it a nose sucker. You can suck all that goop out of their nose and their mouth when they arrive. And then last but not least, very importantly, over here we have the baby scale for weighing them, and we weigh twice a day when they first arrive for the first week. Second week weigh once a day, just to make sure everybody is gaining. And of course our thermometer, we're taking everybody's temperature as needed, and we're gonna go take mom's right now and show you where she's at. Okay, so we've got our thermometer ready to go. Let Pepper sniff it. Okay, we've got some Vaseline on the end there. Petroleum jelly, doesn't have to be name brand to help get in, and you want to have that on hand too in case any puppies get stuck. You can help them out a little bit with some petroleum jelly. So we'll get this going here and see what the temp is. Okay, so Peppy's temp 99.3, so we might be closer than we thought for this, and we're gonna keep an eye on. We're gonna keep an eye on things, huh, Pep?
All right. So now Pepper's settling for a little nap. We'll go for a little walk and show you guys what her belly looks like as we're walking. At 8 weeks, exercise for Pepper looks like walking down the driveway, like waddling down the driveway, and just laying in the sunshine, wagging her tail, get that good tail exercise going, and then walking back up. So it's not nearly as much as we've been doing, but still gets her out, gets her walking, but completely at her own pace and not nearly as far. So we were doing about half a mile a day, but then in week 8 we cut it down to where, oops, hey Belle, it's closer to about a quarter mile a day, and that's more than enough for her at this stage. We don't want to overexert her by any means. We don't want anything strenuous, but we still want to get her some exercise. Just loves chewing on that ball, huh, Peppy? Puppy's coming soon. See you next week with puppies. All right, the puppies have arrived. Pepper did a great job, huh, Peppy? Yeah, these your babies. They're about, a little over 12 hours old now, and we weren't able to capture the actual delivery process because Pepper did so good. She was just popping out babies one after another, and we didn't have time to get the actual delivery process on tape, but
you can go and watch that. We have one of our other girls' delivery process, and we'll link that in the description and at the end of this video. But here's our babies. She's got 8 babies. She's got 5 girls. I think one of the little girls hiding back here eating. Yep, there she is. So we got 5 girls and 3 boys we ended up with. So making sure everybody gets some good colostrum and resting, keeping them in their box clean, get everybody's umbilical cords iodined up, and just, you can stay with us and follow this gang as they grow up. Beautiful babies.